another early one, boys. We are headed to the import guys because we're going and getting more cars from the port today. Supposedly there's some really cool stuff coming in, and I have no idea what I'm driving today. From the title of this video, you could probably figure out what I'm driving, but I have no idea because there are a lot of cool ones and I don't know which one I want to ask Dylan if I can drive. Alright boys, we are here at import guys, and I made the mistake of parking next to a massive puddle. Getting out will be fun. Alright, you guys know I just had to get one little peep in here. Alright, we are headed down to Tacoma to go pick up cars. I only know a couple of the cars that we're getting. It'll be mostly a surprise to me, so this should be fun. So we're here at the port. We are waiting for Dylan to bring cars around. I think I know maybe 2 of the cars that are coming today, but apparently there are 6. So it'll be interesting to see what he gets. We just rode down in the Escalade.
When you hit the Alger,
fucking awesome. Sweet. Oh, it's adorable. Look at it parked next to the Escalade. It's so small. I love me a cappuccino. This is awesome. Mitsubishi K-Van is the next one. So it looks like it's a day of K cars. K-Van part 2. We got 2 so far. And then a K car. It's all the tiny cars today. This is gonna be hilarious to watch drive back. All right, so we got all these small cars. The next one's a bit bigger. Nissan President. This thing's huge. Look at that compared to the K-Van. Oh my God. Dude, this is awesome. That's sick. Jesus, dude. This thing's awesome.
It's pretty cool.
Dude, I love it.
It's all-wheel drive and shit.
It's got a Nardi wood grain steering wheel, which is what I want for my car. Yo, that's so cool. Yo. Alright, so I'm lobbying for driving the Cappuccino because I love me a Cappuccino and I've always wanted to drive one. Me having a Miata and such, I love tiny little cars. I love the way they drive. I'm not a fan of driving really big cars, so I'm hoping to God I get to drive the Cappuccino because I love this little thing. As well as these little K-Vans. These K-Vans are awesome. I probably wouldn't be super comfortable in the President. It's massive. But I love these tiny little cars, and I'm really excited. This is so cool. All right, boys. This is my first time in a Cappuccino. We're driving it back from Tacoma. This is so cool. It's so small. It's so small. Like, as a Miata person, I'm saying that. This is ridiculous. I love it so much. This should be really fun. All right, I don't know if you guys can see, but this car makes the K-Van look so tall. It looks like a monster truck next to me. This is so cool. I'm gonna probably just keep the camera there. I don't know how much it's gonna move around, but for most of this drive, I'll probably keep it there. But I think we're headed to the gas station now to get gas in all these cars. This should be a really fun drive back. It'll be a lot different than the FD was and the A6 was. So I'm just waiting for everyone to back out and get going. And I guess I'll just follow. I love this little car. It's so cute. Okay, this little car is so much fun. It's so weird being so small and right-hand drive at the same time, and having all these little K cars in front of me. But it's super fun to drive. Fun little thing I noticed, it has this little green light that comes on that looks like a turbo that tells you when you're in boost. That's so cool. All right, so I've noticed a few things about this car. First, it's really, really easy to drive, but it's a little bit weird. The clutch point is at the very, very top. The clutch is extremely light, but the engagement point is at the very, very top. And it's kind of weird to get used to. Sure, it's boosted, sure, all of that, but it is a little 3-cylinder and it is ridiculously slow. But it is a ton of fun to drive. It's very similar to my Miata in that it feels like a little go-kart. It's very light and that's very apparent. It tracks very well, even though it's wet out right now. It still handles beautifully. It's just fun. I would love to get my hands on a Cappuccino someday. Maybe we talk to Dylan, see if we can get a cheap one. How awesome would it be to have a Suzuki Cappuccino build on the channel? Down the road, boys. Down the road, we're gonna have a Cappuccino on the channel, because I gotta get me one of these. I'm just having the best time right now. Like, dare I say, I enjoy this to drive right now more than I enjoyed the FD or the A86. This is just so much fun. Everything's mechanical. You can tell exactly what the car's doing. It gives you plenty of response. It's just fun to drive. So, we're about to get a customs. We're gonna get the cars inspected, and we'll go get gas and get on the road back home. One of the weirdest things is turning the key off, and the turbo timer keeps it running. That's an experience I haven't had before, but understandable, but cool. So yeah, I guess we're just waiting here for Dylan to come back. Fun times. All right, we are finally at the gas station. We have all the cars here. Just waiting for this to shut off because the turbo timer still got it going. I guessed correctly for the side of the gas cap. All right, so the cars have fuel now. I think Dylan is just trying to put some air in one of the tires of one of the K vans. But otherwise, we're just kind of hanging out. We're about to head back toward Ferndale. And I think it's absolutely hilarious how small these cars are. I just parked in a space meant for semi-trucks while I wait for Dylan. And look how small this car is. It's so tiny. Okay, a few more things I have to say for the Cappuccino. One, coming from Japan, this is probably the best condition car that I've driven. Mainly because it doesn't rattle at all, it doesn't shake, the windshield wipers don't squeak, it's just really well put together. There's a little crack in the dash, but that's no big deal. Like, it's ridiculously great condition, and it's super comfortable, despite this car being really small. Like, I'm a smaller guy, so it's not as big of an issue for me, but this car is so comfortable. The seats are really comfortable, the driving position's fantastic. It's just a good car. And I really, really want one now. Alright, so we're just cruising on the freeway in the Cappuccino. I love this car. I will not stop saying that because it's fantastic. It'll do anything except for haul a bunch of stuff. But it's easy to drive slow. It's easy to drive fast. It's super smooth. This one is definitely lowered, so it's a little bit stiffer, but I can imagine a stock one would be super smooth. It's still really comfortable on the freeway, even on these really terrible Seattle freeway roads. We're just south of Seattle right now, just north of Tacoma. The motor in this thing is actually out of a motorcycle, and that means it redlines at 8,500 RPM. This little tiny motor redlines at 8,500 RPM. The tach goes all the way up to 12,000 RPM. It'll cruise right along, no problem. It'll keep up with traffic. It's not like it's struggling at, freeway speeds. I don't know the conversion from kilometers to miles an hour, so I don't actually know how fast I'm going right now. I'm just trying to pace everyone else because I'm a little bit paranoid. You know, just to stay safe, I'm just trying to pace the car in front of me. But honestly, great experience. I love driving this little car. I'll probably update you guys when I get further down the road, but this is awesome. Alright, so I just kind of pulled into this Walmart real quick to go to the bathroom just because it's been a long day of driving. It's really nice to experience this cappuccino as if it were to be a daily, as if I was just kind of living with it. It's just an easy car to use. The brakes are light but responsive. They're not, you know, incredibly jolty, like they won't hit, you know, if you barely touch them. But you give them a little bit of pressure and they respond. Clutch is super easy to use once you get used to where the engagement point is. Gas isn't super heavy or light, it's right in the middle. It's really, really easy to gauge where your RPMs are. The car is super easy to drive. It doesn't have power steering, but the car doesn't weigh very much, so that's not a problem at low speeds. And at high speeds, it's very, very tight and responsive. You can put it exactly where you want it to. It's a great little car. I absolutely am enjoying the hell out of this little car. The Import Guys gets these in every once in a while, so if you're looking for one for yourself, I highly recommend picking one up. I know I'm gonna look for one for me, so I always put the link in the description for any of the videos I do with Import Guys of their website and such, so if you want to pick up a cappuccino, Dylan says they're not too expensive, so I really will be looking into one for myself. Alright everyone, I am back at the Import Guys. I beat everyone here. I love that little car. I gotta say, I've had the best time with this Suzuki Cappuccino in just the little bit this morning that I've driven it. It's been amazing. I absolutely think I need to find one down the road because I really, really sincerely enjoyed this car. And just look at it. It's so unique and weird, and I'm not gonna go out there because it's storming really hard, but I gotta get going. I had a really great time today experiencing this car. It's my first time in any K car, and I absolutely loved it. So thank you guys so much for watching and tuning into another vlog. Be sure to subscribe, comment, like, all of those things. Go follow the Import Guys. Dylan is the reason I can do all these things and experience all these cars, and I highly recommend all of them. So go check them out. All the links will be in the description below, as you know. So I will see you guys next video.